Hey, I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker. Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine! Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Gerry.
Hey, I'm Brian Posehn, and you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. I'm going to punch Ken in the mouth because he's making faces as I talk. We're just down one friend. Blaine's here, Sarah's here, Ken's here, Sark's here. What about Gerry?
Sorry, man. Parking was crazy. I had to park on a booth.
You missed an entire episode of parking.
Yeah, it was bad.
Everyone that matters, though, is here,
Yeah,
which
Sir
is
Richard,
what's exciting.
Sir Richard's still not back in the game. Well, he's dead, but Gerry hasn't rolled up a new guy yet, and we'll talk about the future later.
Gerry.
Yeah, real quick, no new donors, but Blaine is seeing, bless you.
Thank you.
Is seeing the bags that we got from, what was her name?
Tina?
Yeah.
Tina.
Tina Quilterina?
Tina.
Something
From
like that?
Eureka, California.
I'm gonna hold the
Clay
bag.
and Tina. I believe Clay was the husband's name. But they made these dice bags for us that are fucking awesome. And then inside the dice bag, they
have a little
included
message
something for each of us.
It's purple, just the way I like it, and it says, this dice bag brought to you by the official Nerd Poker dice bags. Hey, are we almost as good as handmade dice bags, right? Nerd Poker Industries, made in China. They come with a script. It's amazing.
That was a dramatic reading, dramatic commercial reading by Blackie Green.
Yeah, it's cool. It's Orson Welles style. I'm going to have like 9 mimosas. Am I pronouncing that right? Wells. And also a question here, Blaine. Also, keep up the great writing on At Midnight. When will you be a guest? You know.
We just did that.
Yeah. I was a guest with Brian and Patton Oswalt.
Arsberg.
And they just reran it apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
good.
was a fun one.
It was very fun.
We were teleported back in time to when we first met.
Twitter started blowing up after that episode.
It did, yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Because of the charges we planted. Right, guys?
But let's get it in. What'd we miss or what happened last week?
Yeah, so
I was Spider-Man, right?
you actually, Blackie, used the book with the illustrations of locations to shorten the journey to Glenishmore. Once you saw
The Zagat Guide.
Yeah. Once you saw the city as you exited the mountains, which you hadn't yet, flipping through the book, you found that it was... You found a couple things. The thought occurred to you it could be chronologically drawn in, so you flipped to the end of the book and you did find a picture that matched approximately what you were looking at from the mountains perspective view of Glenishmore. So you concentrated on that. You bent your the will of the Magi onto this book, and everyone stood in a connected circle. And as far as you're concerned, you just stared into the book, and after a moment, the book was swatted out of your hands, and when you looked up, you were now standing in front of the location represented in the page. Everyone else saw you start to have what looked like a seizure. And
So, like one of those Salvia YouTube videos?
yeah, totally. And no one actually...
Well, man, you should have been there when the killers were on.
No one actually saw the transport happen. Everyone, just as you were sort of concentrating on the page and the page sort of became your reality, people were, maybe because they were connected to you, they were drawn to you looking at the book. And at some point, the shift just happened imperceptibly.
That happens to be at Starbucks a lot with my Kindle.
So you guys moved into the town, Everything seemed normal. Everyone was amicable, warm, friendly.
Except for the Stepford.
Nope.
All right.
You moved clear to the... Well, I forgot one thing. You did see the lifeboat, the sorcerer's lifeboat, descend on the town initially. But moving into town, it was a little unusual that no one acknowledged that had happened. Everything was normal, except for them ignoring a spaceship landing in the center of their town, which set off some warning flags for you. And
well, he must have hidden the plans in the escape pod.
as you moved through the street, you eventually made it to near the center of town where the ship was had descended, and you what looked like the sorcerer's will sort of took over a woman and her dog that she was walking there, a noble woman there, and you were sort of warned away. It looked like he was trying to intimidate you. And then people started imploding and their souls being pulled up through the air and funneled down behind the ship into a crystal, which was connected to the ship with conduits. And you guys skirted around, attacked the conduits in an attempt to break up the flow of souls. The last word you heard from him was rejuvenation. The idea is that, or the idea now, I think, is that he's using these souls to sort of regain some of his power, which you guys took away when you blew up his soul factory several episodes ago. So
I saw them with the Spin Doctors in '94.
And that's where we left off. He had screamed out or bellowed out in it sounds like hundreds of voices at once that you fools stop, you don't know what you're doing, and the ground had started to shake. There's definitely something going on a larger scale than what is visible, and you guys had managed to sever one of the conduits, and so now it's like a hose just spitting out spirits, but it looks like the city is being sort of assimilated, not taken over and being attacked by drones. It looks like they're being used and dried up in order to fuel him, presumably. So you're now staring at the busted conduit. The souls continue to, for now, pour into that crystal. And the ship is there with a gangway down and the door open. And that's where we left off. And we were at the middle of at the beginning of a combat round. So
I had rolled up my produced fire.
Yep, and that's gonna pop.
I'm gonna roll my assistant produced fire.
That'll pop in two ticks. So basically, when it's we're gonna start with Mildred,
okay.
And when it's your turn, your fire will will be conjured, and it'll just sit. You don't have to actually throw that immediately. It's just gonna sit in your hand like a kick-ass torch, and you can do what you want with it from there. All right, so Mildred.
So are we just going at the crystal now? Or are we going to try to go in?
I think we should just find the guy. The crystal, I think, just collects the souls.
Yeah.
Okay. We do like a Kirk and kick it.
So the gangway, I can just go into the
mid-air kick.
Just go into the ship.
You could charge up the ramp. Yeah, we're still right moment. This is moments after you guys and
the conduit. There's no other conduit. It was just the one.
There is one other one, a second one running up the other side of the gangway. You guys could chunk that out
too.
Yeah.
Starting to fly 3 rounds.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I guess let's just go for the conduits are feeding him, so let's cut those first and then...
Yeah.
Cut all conduits?
Yeah, or try to. 16.
Nice.
Sorry, you look disappointed.
No, no. I'm as excited for ultra success as I am for ultra failure. I just love extremes.
Except for the band extreme.
4 damage.
Oh,
I like extreme. You always forget that I do have a bit of a metalhead. That when I told you I was a Jason Becker fan, you were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Oh, and his rainbow guitars.
His weird crippled legs. His
Whoa.
gnarly wrists. Yeah, that's modern Jason Becker, right?
Yeah. Poor guy.
He's got what, ALS, right?
Yeah. That documentary, which I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's fucking heartbreaking. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
He's like pals with Marty Friedman.
It's heartbreaking. You got to watch it.
Yeah. Oh, it's
No,
awesome.
I like those kind of documentaries
Yeah.
that tell you some story you didn't know, and then
Dear
Like
Zachary.
The Bay.
yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Dear Zachary.
I didn't watch
There's-
The Bay yet.
No.
The Bay was rough.
Not watching Dear Zachary.
I'm just saying, if you want
Yeah, I don't watch those movies.
What about
a
the bridge?
heartbreaking documentary.
Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
What
I
about
don't
the?
know, Dear Zachary.
There's
I
one
like
on
that
Vimeo.
one about Hershey Park, how they make the Hershey kisses.
There's one on
smells like chocolate
Vimeo
in
about a
Hershey,
dude
Pennsylvania.
taking his dog to be put to sleep. It's about the last day. Oh my god!
I like fake bad sad stories. I don't like real sad stories.
I saw a documentary once about a guy that kicked his mom in the mouth. It was so sad. It's like, why am I watching
like
this?
Kin-
It won all sorts of awards.
Kinsett's snuff film of dudes getting fucked to death by horses as his phone ringer, but he's
Still hilarious.
like, but I
He
can't
got
watch
fucked to death.
sad.
He got fucked to the hospital. He
That's
was fucked to
not
death later.
sad. He
That's
wanted-
true. It isn't sad.
He wanted that, and he got it.
Toyota.
Boy.
He could not have
He got
died
the
in a
fuck
better
out
way.
of it. Yeah.
If he had a heart attack or anything,
She got the gold mine. I got the giant horse penis.
Too much. Too much.
you have the baseball bat dick.
Rated a trademark.
You know what? That's
Good to have
what
you back, Sarah.
The moment his guts died, like you hear the reaction that killed him. Like you hear.
And I laugh.
It's like a guy
But
getting.
you won't watch.
a
You
guy
won't watch
getting-
a documentary
Yeah,
about
but
a guitar
Sophie's choice
player
is out of the
Yeah,
question.
sad.
who has got a terrible disease.
Did he want that terrible disease?
No.
No, this guy wanted to get fucked by a horse.
It would be like if a guitar player got fisted to death on purpose,
Right.
by the coolest guitar ever.
and then then he had to like learn how to like blink his notes to his dad.
Such a bummer.
I know.
So speaking of getting
Let's
fucked
get
to
really
death
sad.
by
Hey,
a
can we
horse,
talk about the black box battery wearing off?
the conduit is
They're never going to find those
is
people.
gushing
It's
out
horrible.
gouts of white spirit all over the floor of
Love
this.
That's
square,
what
so.
she said. Comedy program. Comedy malfunction. That's what she said. Sorry, I heard white spurts.
Let's kill the fucking whatever his
Yeah,
name
let's do
is.
it.
Fuck Dick.
Let's kill the fuck dick now.
Okay,
Shit flap.
so Mildred just hit the second conduit for 4. Damien, your fist ignites into the holy wrath of Judas. And you can hold
Your
that,
fist
or you
explodes
can
with the
throw
holy
it.
wrath of Judas.
I produce one of my oil pouches
Okay.
and just wing it and then throw fire at the conduit. I'm setting the conduit on fire.
Okay. All right. God, I love how theatrical Damien is. Okay, so that's a toss of the oil pouch,
Yeah.
and then
And then I
What is the
flame
conduit made out of?
at the. Who cares?
I mean, is it made out of wood and tinder?
okay, so roll.
That's all I got. I don't have other.
Roll a
I loved it.
20-sided.
I
made it
have a
out of oil
destructive
patches.
power I'm going to use.
Roll a
pouches.
20-sided and just not so much for. Actually, yeah, there is potential for a botch here, but
Oh, good.
just so I can gauge. Here's something I do, by the way, while you're getting your dice ready that I think we haven't really covered and I've never talked about, but
This one looks the most evil. These ones that those guys made us a couple weeks ago.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're very cool.
I do. I base awesomeness on the roll. So, like, for us, if you roll a 20 on an attack, it's double damage. It's awesome, right? If you roll a 1, it's a fail. But if you roll a 19, technically, it's just a successful hit, and you're going to roll damage. But for me, I think it's cool to put a little extra sauce on a 19.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's just something that's not in the books, but
what
that's
makes
sort
a
of
good
sometimes
DM.
why I like to roll these, so I can tell you, like, if you roll really good, then something fucking kick-ass happens. So.
You know what I like to think about a 19? A 19 is when you go to McDonald's because you're really hungry and you think you're going to get a headache,
Right.
And and it's so fucking good you can't believe it. That's a 19.
Yeah, that's a 19. 15.
15.
That's good.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
like a Carl's Jr. at the airport that doesn't give you explosive diarrhea.
Yes.
No, that's an 18. The way their dice
it
are
is.
weird. That's an
Oh.
You're right. See? That warrants a little
That's like
slow-mo.
a Carl's Jr. at the
18. Yeah, you
airport
got to
that
really
does
eyeball
give you
these. That's
explosive
the
diarrhea.
15.
You're right.
Yeah, I rolled the 18.
These D20s we got sent have like runic
Yeah,
looking,
they look.
numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so 18. Yeah.
Mickey
so,
runic.
See, that's awesome. Awesomeness happens.
Goodbye.
So you,
Bum, bum, bum,
Mildred,
bum.
you
You're dead.
duck out of the way so that whoever's coming up behind you can take a shot at this conduit. And you see already flying through the air a skin, and look, you assume in that instant that it must be an oil skin, unless someone threw their water at it for some reason.
Or scrotum.
And you duck out of the way. Brian, you rear back like Roger Clemens and pitch
Whoever that is.
an actual.
I think he was on Hee Haw.
Not a.
You're right. He was on Hee Haw. He was also on Enos. He played the mayor for 2 seasons.
Tell me you guys know who Roger Clemens is.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
He's a baseball player, for
Okay,
fuck's
there
sake,
we go.
Scott.
Hey, you think Pedro's going to get 500 this year? That's my favorite baseball thing to say to jocks. They fucking melt. Like they can't figure it out. It makes them so mad. And Wrath will just fucking giggle when I'll do it to people.
Who's Pedro?
It doesn't matter, but like,
He's gonna hit
assume there is
500.
one.
and 500's not really a thing. Like it's just such a fucking random.
You know what? When you said it,
like
'cause
when guys are talking, what about Bonds this year?
when I
I have
was
no idea.
there was a baseball player that on Charlie Brown's team that batted. He was a crazy like a Dominican Republic kid or something. And for some reason, I think that was his name.
It might have been Pedro.
It might have been Pedro, but he would bat. It would Charles Schultz would draw him swinging, and like in the middle of his swing arc was like .560. Like, oh, that's the way he hit at the Little League championships. It's like, and Charlie Brown's going, oh, I'm a failure. Oh, my dog is smarter than me. Oh, I'll never fuck the redheaded girl.
So the oil skin lands
taping?
right on
Blaine
the
just
conduit.
broke down the peanuts for us.
The oil skin lands right on the conduit, and you pitch the your produced flame. The whole thing ignites. At first, you're a little dubious about the effect it'll have, but the conduit is thin enough that you can see through the fire that it does like almost immediately start to take on that sort of glow.
I apologize for my dubiousness.
So that it looks like it will actually collapse easier. It's not actually going to break it, but it'll make the subsequent hits more effective. So,
Cool.
I can admit when I'm wrong.
I hit it subsequently.
all right, here's the dice keep.
Andrew Dice
Two. It's not a botch.
5.
5. All right. So that is a 7,
hit
actually.
Andrew polyhedral dice clay. Hickory dickory dex. That's all I got. I wrote that in the car, in the shower,
So you
on
have
the way to the gig.
You have a slew of dwarven henchmen that are going to take shots at this. So you wouldn't necessarily need to waste a spell on it. But it is Blackie's turn. So if there's anything,
Well, I'm
you
warming
wanna do.
up a fly spell, right?
Oh, fly! Yeah.
Can I get another spell going while I'm doing another spell?
No, you have to.
Because I'm
cast.
really good at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have
That was when you leveled
multitasking.
up?
Yeah, I have multitasking.
No, you have to cast one at a time.
No.
What's casting time on fly is 3. Okay,
Is 3, and then I would like to get another one going that takes 2. So
Okay.
immediately when I start flying, I'm going to start another one.
Is fly the one you want first?
How far is this guy from us?
Well, you don't see him. You just see the ship sitting in the
I'll fly.
center. Okay,
I'll fly
okay.
first.
Okay, so that's 3 round segments. So it'll go after whatever his turn consists of, and then Mildred, Damien, and then Fly will pop. And then you can start your next one when it's the beginning of your next round.
Sure.
Here. Okay. All right, so you start warming up Fly. You guys see Blackie mumbling and gesturing in the way that indicates
Goddamn,
there's
Glenn
about
Beck
to be.
knows what he's talking about. Glenn Beck is a genius. That's why goddamn Glenn Beck. Oh my God, he's so right. Nobody listens to him. Everybody needs to go to the gold standard.
And that means there's magic about to happen. Okay, so you start to warm up, Fly. And then your dwarven henchman. Let me grab that.
Oh yeah, they all hit it.
I just
100 times.
remembered the NPCs you guys.
On your own.
Isn't that pretty cool?
Not so shitty DM.
Thank you. All right.
With the non-personal computer.
And that's probably all I need to roll. Let me see. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so the first 3 of the dwarves chop at the softened conduit. Sever.
really
They just
sexy.
sever it. The rest
Chop
move
at the softened
into sort of a
conduit.
defensive position, like a U shape at the bottom of the gangway. As his turn comes up here, the souls now are just like they're spraying out all over the place, and the conduits are not directing the flow of the souls anymore. You hear him shout again. He's like, you hear the voice, "No, what have you done? I can't stop it." And you see like
I heard that at the bathroom at Barney's Beanery once.
Diarrhea
see-
starts flowing down from the top of the rocket.
you see from the first conduit, not the second one. The second one's still just like a runaway hose. The first conduit, the souls that had just been sort of blasted out and dissipated, you see now, instead of being sort of invisibly pumped in via the tube into the ship, you see them now in like huge clouds, like coalescing and almost like a serpentine shape, roaring like a torrential flow down into the cistern under the base of the ship. The entire time now, you hear the guy screaming, and his voice. You hear his voice, which is his. While it's deep and magically enhanced and everything, you hear it start to change as the whole time while he's screaming like no, and he actually starts to sound younger a little bit as this is happening. But he's screaming. Something you've done has upset him because this is not working as intended right now. So, but it definitely sounds like.
So it's like not filtering, but it's going to make him turn him into a baby or something?
Yeah, like it's reversing his aging process too much.
Too much?
So it's about to get child abusey in here,
Yeah.
as opposed to Gary abusey.
So that brings us back to you, Mildred.
So
Back to you, Mildred.
So both. No, one of the conduits is.
Oh, both are cut. Yeah.
So what are we doing? We going
Find him.
Yeah. So I guess we start heading into the ship.
Yes. All right.
I roll up command.
All right. Hold on.
Well,
Don't forget
yeah.
you have protection from evil, which you were going to use at a key moment also. Right?
Yeah, no, I know.
All right. So moving into the ship,
Yeah.
a quick look around from Mildred to confirm that that's the plan, and then the entry begins. You step between the dwarves.
Oh yeah, I'll roll up protection from evil first.
Okay.
That's smart.
So that's what you do. You start to move up the ship. You get to the and you. This will all happen like an action round here, but since you're going first, I get to tell you what you see, and the rest of you have to pretend for.
I'm
a
going to
moment.
throw it on Mildred when I get it, since she's taken point.
Okay, cool. So you'll get that. So you'll start casting that as soon as this next round starts, and then you'll get it unless you want to hold up.
No, let's move in.
Yeah. To be fair, we should remember that I always roll botches at a critical moment, though. So I don't know if I should be taking point, but I guess I'm going in first. So that's
Okay. So you move up the gangway, and
I trip and fall and die.
the side of the ship. No, the side of the ship is like rudely riveted collector plates. But the door is this
From
large,
Hummel?
this large oval opening.
I made Sarah laugh. Yay!
As you get up to it, though, the ship, as you approach, the ship seems larger than it did even from just down at the bottom of the ramp. But you look left and right, and it looks like it's big, but it's not. You guys would be able to go through this thing. This is not like the tower. Like, there's not that much to this thing. And looking in, you're looking into a little hallway that seems to run around the circular circumference of the ship, and there's a center. The center is sort of some cylinder, possibly a lift, like you saw before. But as you enter that doorway, you just see left around the edge of the ship and right around the edge of the ship. And that'll be your next move. You can decide. Everyone will probably stack up on you right now.
Okay.
All right. So then, protection from evil is. You're going to move slowly up the gangway and get protection from evil on Mildred.
Yep.
All right. And that will go in 1, 2, 3, 4. So after her next round, that'll pop on her.
And then how long will it last on her?
3 rounds per level. So 18 rounds, 18 minutes.
I don't know. I don't know if it should be. Can I communicate that I don't know if it should be me?
Okay, sure.
Because I feel like maybe it should be Blackie or someone who is going to need that time for casting.
I was
or
just
something.
thinking you're our warrior, but
No,
yeah,
I mean,
I'll throw it on whoever.
I'll take it, but I'm just.
I mean, that can be discussed. Yeah, totally.
Blaine, what are you gonna do?
Because you have all those new spells, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting for a spell to pop, and then I'm gonna go after this guy and do something to him.
All right.
Ooh.
So
So they
do you
did
need
level
my?
up.
Do you want my protection, or
Fancy.
should I?
You know what? I think I'm okay.
Oh,
You should
okay.
put it on somebody here.
Man, no one will. It's like trying to pay the check at once.
That is like possibly like a good point though there that he's better equipped to deal with the potentially magical assault
Evil, all
than
right.
you guys might be. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
that might be smart to put it on you guys.
Okay.
It also might be smart to put it on yourself because you're the healer potentially. I don't know.
yeah.
That's up to you guys though.
And Damien will just have to make a call in the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe he can ask
Yeah, it's warming up.
Judith.
We could say that you decide. Yeah, we play loose with the rules anyway. You can decide when it pops who it goes on.
Okay.
All right, Bart.
Following.
Following Mildred up the ramp.
charge. Ba-da-da-da-da.
Okay. You deafening screaming and moaning throughout the square as you run up the gangway, but you get to the top with her. Nothing new has developed.
Wait, we don't see anything up there, or
You just see the there's no enemies or anything. You just make it up to that top of the ramp.
oh,
and you're
got it,
looking
not
at
up inside. Got
Yeah.
it.
And then Blackie was casting Fly, which was
It's
3
weird that the
rounds.
stuff went down into the cistern.
Hey, how long
Apparently,
does it take?
Glenishmore
To,
was the answer all along.
how long does it take to read a scroll?
Or that maybe he's down in there. Not in the
maybe.
ship.
that's 1 round. Like you can. You know what? Since I've been doing magic wrong for years, we'll say it's 1 round segment. So like 1 click of the combat round.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll get back into it. We're back.
Let's make. You know what? Let's make the scroll.
Hey, thanks for letting me drive my friend to the airport.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's make the scroll reading time. I'm just pulling this out of my ass. It's probably in the book somewhere. But
Ew.
If he was a real friend, he'd use
whatever
Uber.
the casting time of the spell that it
Of the
is.
spell is okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, and then Fly. You said it's just 3, right?
It's just 3.
So that's not 3 rounds, as we learned, thanks to our friendly forum goers. That's 3 round segments. So that popped just
Okay.
after Brian's round. So now you have Fly
I'm okay. So I'm okay. I'm mobile.
engaged. Yep.
All right. Cool. Cool.
Are you starting? You said you're starting your next spell, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? If that's the case, then I'm going to take this round and I'm going to read the scroll that I got.
Okay.
Which is a globe of invulnerability. And that's going to, that's a 6th-level spell. It creates an immobile, faintly shimmering magical spear around the caster. This prevents any 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th-level spells from penetrating.
Okay.
So that's kind of around me, I guess.
Check out. And
can I hear Stargoyle? Is he around any place?
So I've had you checking. You haven't heard anything since.
I'm going to leave out some of his favorite snacks.
Okay, all right.
Some Stargoyle snacks.
Yep. Since you did hear from him last, you haven't heard anything. But
he's probably got into those raccoons that were living under the house. Those crazy raccoons.
All right, so you have 6 rounds. No, 1 round per level, and you're level
8.
8. So you have 8 rounds of.
Yeah, and my charisma's 18, by the way.
Oh, that's what it was.
I
We
feel
were
like
trying to remember that last
like I
episode.
It was like
mention.
low or just like a 6 or something.
Yeah, I thought you had like
No,
a 4.
no. It's very high. I just thought I should mention that.
All
In
right.
exchange for this announcement.
1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th level spells will just bounce off of this thing.
Yes.
You guys see like a very faint, slightly reflective bubble spring into view around Blackie Green as his little
Like John
elvish
Travolta.
toes leave the ground by a couple inches. A lot of magic going on.
Elvish Toes has left the building.
Oh dear.
All right. For his round, you hear him shrieking and crying, and his voice actually going up slightly, pitching up as
Fucko?
Lord
Right on.
Fuckfoot,
Got it.
douche, nozzle.
Now reversing puberty and becoming a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes. It sounds like now, even though it is heavily distorted, it does sound almost like it's
King Cunt Dick.
King Cunt Dick. Yeah, King Cunt Dick. It sounds like he's
with the king.
reached the upper teens almost,
What the hell? He's unborning.
and he's still shrieking.
Benjamin Buttoning.
He's
I
saying things
cast
like,
Benjamin Button on
"No,
him."
it's too much." So
I think I just wasted a globe of invulnerability scroll.
the ground is
You're
the
gonna
ground
kick
is
the shit out of this baby.
He's getting
Oh,
fucked by a
man.
horse up there.
It's
Oh, too much.
you're like fucked by a miniature horse.
I can't handle the vomit sounds.
That's not the vomit. That's him getting fucked to death.
Oh, got it. Okay. It makes me laugh so much.
Did he come?
Yeah, that's all part of the video, folks. Now you don't have to ever look it up or go watch it.
The worst and most deserved death.
Okay, Mildred. You're
And now the comedy.
So does it look like is the elevator there? We also don't know how to work those elevators, right? So it doesn't even matter.
well, yeah, I only say that it potentially, unless you see like a ladder or something around the other side.
Right.
That's just a thought that you had of what that could be.
looks like, yeah.
But to
I
see
tried my room key, but it doesn't work at all.
to see what it is, you'd have to go in and
Okay,
circle around.
I'll go around, although Ken had a good point that if the souls are going down into the cistern, maybe he is down there somehow. Like he's already gone down there. But I guess I'll just sweep around the back and check it out.
So you circle around in like full battle readiness, and sure enough, on the other side of this thing, you see that there is an opening that it looks like it goes into this cylinder, and that it does indeed look like one of a smaller version of the lifts you guys use, sort of like the piston style elevators. This one, though, the door is sort of, it looks like it's malfunctioned. Or not the door, but like the frame. It looks like there was some damage suffered when this ship landed. And you're just looking into, like looking up. You can look up this shaft and you can see the other floors of the rocket leading up, presumably to the top. And then down, wherever it is, it's completely down. So you're just looking down a sort of, it's about a 15-foot wide circular pit that just runs down the center of this rocket. It looks like wherever the lift went last, it went all the way down.
Okay.
Back down, everybody. Should we go down
Should
the
we
shaft?
go down? Yeah. Can we send some light down? I guess I don't want to send fire because then it could set something. But
We got
There's,
rope.
I mean, there is plenty of stuff in here to tie off to. You could, you guys will be able to rappel
okay.
down this.
I
but-
guess I'll do it. What else are we gonna do?
All right, all right.
Hopefully I don't get crushed by the elevator on its way back up.
you have your rope use, right?
Yep.
All right, let's roll your stat check on that, and you can tie off at least one of these.
Did mine pop?
You were casting.
Okay, so I rolled an 11. My dex is 14.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you tie off a good like a good run of rope, and then chuck the end of it down into the pit. The ship isn't like, it just looks like it may have had a rough landing. Mm-hmm. It's not like busted or smoking or on fire or anything. And then Brian, I think your spell popped right now. You were casting
Protection.
4. So now you can pick who Judas grants protection on. Mildred. All right. You don't
nice
feel
of an evil guy.
Yeah. You don't feel any different. You're tying off the rope, but Judas behind you silently, or Damien silently issues a blessing.
Suddenly you feel like you could get into a grocery store in Los Angeles without somebody coming towards you with a clipboard.
And you can take her that was like that popped this round, but you can take an action.
Okay. I'm going to talk to Judas and hold my pendant and tell him that this is the moment. Let's find this guy and end this. And I would like his guidance.
All right. So let me make a recommendation now with this thing. I would start getting specific with stuff that you would like assistance with, or the blessing of Judas. You know what I mean?
All right.
You don't have to do it now if you don't want, but it could be as simple as you pray for guidance is a good one.
Yeah.
But
well, since I'm not
I want a
physical,
giant flaming boot to kick a guy in the dick.
I was planning on using my spiritual hammer on the guy, but maybe I don't know.
Think of it like think of it almost like making wishes. Although this is not wishes, just so we're clear, but you don't want to go too big, but you don't want to be too vague either. So it's got to be practical, but like wishing that the sorcerer that Judas would dispatch him for you. You pretty much know that's not going to work or whatever. Right. But the more sort of focused, the more potent.
What are we calling this guy besides fuckwad and all those other names?
It was fuckfoot.
Shit flap. Shit flap. Fuck.
I like fuck shit. Fuck shit's good.
Fuckfoot.
Shit flap.
I would
so
like Shit
gross.
Flap's heart, diseased heart, to cease to pump.
Okay. Now hold on. That's an example of too ambitious.
Okay.
That's too big.
All right. Well, that's
So
what
it's
I'd
gotta
like.
be. It's got to be.
I
subtle.
can dream big.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you send that prayer out, or do you not want to send it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Where's for some Baja Blast?
You get a faint warming of the amulet, but not as intense as you've felt it go. So,
All right.
That means you read your
Raises
text.
cholesterol by
Keep
10
looking for the
points.
guy.
and you move up while you're doing this. You're
Yeah.
following everyone up. Okay. As are the dwarves. They're trying to stay out of the way, but they're sort of posting up. So you have a good chunk of cannon fodder here if you really want to, like, clear a minefield or something.
Cannon mutter.
All right.
That's for Ken.
God.
That was for Ken.
I got it too, and I hate you.
Bart, what's Bart up to?
Climbing down.
All right.
Hello, butter. Canyon fodder. Cannon fodder.
Oh my
Here
god.
I write you.
All right. So Bart's going to move down move down the line. Are you taking point then?
God
I
damn
thought
it.
Mildred
That's
was
the
going down.
oldest
Oh,
reference
sure,
we've
I'll
done on
go
this
back.
Mildred got it tied off, but
Oh, I
right.
thought I tied it and was going. But
I just hadn't tied it.
Ivy
Yeah.
and
fine.
Sheila.
Irving.
Okay, so I got to keep track.
Oh
of
my
what
God,
you
I've
guys
never
are.
heard that.
Harvey and Sheila? No. I should check it out. Alan Sherman, Harvey and Sheila.
Oh, is that what it is? It's another Alan Sherman?
Alan Sherman's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Even though he's old, he's really
he
funny.
didn't
He's
do
still
Irving,
really
though. I
funny.
thought Irving was someone
No,
else.
Irving was somebody else.
142nd fastest gun
In the West. Irving.
What the hell?
Ancient Jewish comedy songs.
Yeah.
It was on K-Tel's Dumb Ditties.
Right? It's Dr. Demento, too.
Tom Lehrer.
Tom Lehrer, yeah. The best.
Remember, just because something happened before you were born doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Or that it's not
That's
good.
true. That's true.
Yeah, Dr. Demento's fucking awesome.
Food's been around a long time.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, I love food.
Do you like cronuts?
So
Climbing.
you're climbing.
Yeah.
All right. So you, Mildred finishes tying this thing off, and you expertly swing over the edge and start rappelling down over these floors, quickly checking each one for anything of interest, listening to see if there's any indication of life. But as you continue to go down, and you drop down, we'll say about 3 floors, and you have a little bit of extra time, and we'll cover that here in just a sec. But you drop down about 3 floors, which puts you at where the bottom of the rocket should be. But you see that the elevator shaft has extended, almost like it's like a
drilled
a
in.
needle has been injected into the ground right about where
Or
that's-
perhaps a horse's penis
right about where
pushed
this,
its way down into the earth,
right.
moving aside internal organs and rupturing some.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
so terrible.
Funny because it's true.
And as you go further down, you know you've hit that point when the floors stop and you're just in the elevator cylinder. And the voice of the guy is getting louder and louder as you go down there. It's real dark down here, though. Do you have any light, or do you not want any light for now?
No, I would like some light. I don't have any light. I mean, torch, but
Yeah. 'Cause
Lantern?
looking up from here, you can see daylight coming in through a couple of the floors, through what must be windows, and through that open doorway that you guys came in. But that's like a faint circle of light up there.
maybe I'll tie off here as a stop point. If it's super deep, if we need other people to come down with their rope.
Okay.
How far down have I gone? More than 100 feet, or
No.
Not even.
About
Okay.
about 5. So 5 floors, 10 or so
50
feet each. Yeah, probably like 60 feet.
okay.
And you're probably at this point about 25 feet below ground level. So it can't go that much further because the cylinder probably isn't longer than the length of the ship itself.
Right.
So.
Okay.
So it's probably not that deep.
All right.
Okay. Blackie, you're around. You've got flight up and globe of invulnerability.
Okay. And everybody's sort of closing in on this guy, right? We're all trying to go
as
down
we
this
know.
down the shaft thing.
Yeah, the non-flying party members have moved up the gangway and into the lifeboat. You have the ability to fly, so
I'm gonna go down and find this guy.
okay. So you scoot up after them. The ass end of this ship is like sitting right on the ground. There's not like any clearance, obviously, because it extends down into the ground.
Does anybody
so-
want a light spell?
Sure, I'll take one.
I'll throw one on him. That takes a round.
Okay. So you buzz up.
I'm going to give it something that's like a one of like your weapon or something, so that it's not on you, so that you don't draw attention to yourself. Does that make sense?
Sure. He can ditch it if he needs to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your Kindle. You're not going to need that, right?
You hear
I just use my Kindle to light the place.
over the cacophony of what now sounds like a child's voice screaming in agony. You hear the fluttering of robes, and you look up and you see Blackie levitating down right behind you, and you throw.
Shh, it's a surprise.
You throw light onto Bart's sword. The shaft you're in suddenly is illuminated, and you can see that only another 50. How long is the rope?
I think generally they're 60 feet, right?
Okay, so you'll go down. You'll be right at the end of the rope. So
that's why I'm figuring I would need to wait for someone else to bring some
yeah.
rope.
Although you have rope, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Sure.
you could extend it.
Yes.
I have rope too. I can throw him some rope if I'm flying past him.
So let's do that on your round.
Yeah. Okay.
And while you're tying that off there in the dark, and that's like, let's roll a d20 real quick. Do like a strength check, even though this is your speciality. Yeah.
3.
All right. So, how would you do this? I think you're literally holding the rope in your teeth, like suspending your entire body weight, while your two arms are like square knotting the two ends of the rope, and behind
Saber
you,
dance is playing.
right behind you, Blackie drops down, and light emanates from your sword. What do you have? A broadsword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, pal.
The second rope, you drop it down, now looking down with the light emanating from that sword, and you see that the bottom half of the second rope coils up at the bottom of this thing. You see that it does. There's like an opening door at the bottom of this shaft that you'll be able to get to next round.
Sounds good.
All right, cool. And so now you're there with Bart. His turn. His words have now become unintelligible, and they're just like possibly it would sound like a baby's crying, but at this volume and depth and being underground.
I'll go get him a bottle, and I'm going to change him. I'm going to go back to bed.
It just sounds like the roar of a jungle cat. It's just like
Weird.
just unintelligible.
I'm still gonna kill it.
Mildred. So you can now rappel down.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Okay. And the rope's all been laid anyway, so we'll just have you scoot to the bottom of the shaft for this round.
Okay.
At the bottom, you're going to look. You sort of drop down, and you look out, and you see that outside of this little shaft, there's stone and water dripping. And there's like a chamber or a cavern that you can't see far into. But now the sound of the voice screaming has lost some of its reverberation, and you can tell that whatever it is close. It's just in there somewhere, but it's dark. Ken hasn't brought his light down yet, so. Damien.
Well, I'm going to follow.
Yeah?
Climb down, yeah.
Okay. And Bart, you continue down.
And all the dwarves.
And the dwarves.
I'm starting a thing.
Okay.
A 2-round thing.
2-round thing? 2 round or just 2?
A 2-round thing. Am I going to be able to? Do you think I'm going to be able to close on this guy? I'm going to throw a web on him.
Yeah. Now that I'm down, what do we see with the light?
Okay. Yeah. So you drop down, shining your light into the cavern. You see, just for a second, at the outer edge of the light, you see a giant, but pudgy baby foot withdraw into the darkness, and you feel as it moves, you feel the ground go. So somewhere just out of sight is
Holy shit.
Is a huge. It looks like a huge
giant baby.
Baby, yeah.
Let's take a quick break and then let's kill this fucking baby. And we're back. Let's kill a baby.
All right. Put on your baby killing.
What other
shoes.
podcast has transitions like that?
I don't know. I heard a
Joe Rogan.
I heard a
Do you
weird
kill
TED
any
talk.
babies, Joe Rogan?
Wow, what is this, Vietnam War?
So that's you now, Blackie.
Oh, how much time have I had since I started casting a thing?
Oh, that's right. So never mind. That is your. Let me just check. That's web, and it's level what? Because
It's a second level.
I think it might go before you think. Since we're using our.
I don't want to prematurely web on anything. I'm sorry, Sorcerer. This has never happened to me before.
Yeah. So casting.
You're just
time,
so pretty.
Casting time 2. It'll just go. It's 2 round segments. So it'll go 1, 2, and then web goes. So.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. That's my plan. Is when I see him, I'm going to web him.
Okay.
So how
I'm imagining you can see because you have better vision than I do.
Yeah, and I can close on him. So I just want to make sure that I'm in a position to get this thing on him before anything happens.
Well, his
But you
infravision
said he's
has the same
giant.
range as your light
Okay,
does.
got it.
You said he's giant, right?
Yeah, it looks real big.
Now, how giant is giant? Like
His foot is your size, like heel to toe is as big as you at the moment.
Oh, dear.
So not like 2,000 feet or like a Titan, but the baby's probably 180 feet tall.
Gary Busey size.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Gary Busey's
Honey, I
front
blew up
teeth.
the baby size.
All right.
Did you say 120 feet?
If you did. It's very large.
The
Size of Matt Pinfield. Actual Matt Pinfield.
the
Google him.
Screaming of the screaming of this giant baby.
Everybody in the restaurant's looking at us, right?
Suddenly
Take it for a walk. Take it for a
Quick,
walk.
someone run a movie.
suddenly stops, and you can hear like a baby that has just finished crying and has got that like end cry going on. You can hear it, but and even you can feel the puffs of air. But it suddenly stops, and you also the sort of the vibration and the feel of the flow of these souls. Suddenly, the sort of the keening wail comes to a halt, and whether or not something shut off the flow of souls, or just there are no more souls to steal from Glenishmore, they seem to that mechanism seems to have halted. So that begins your next round, Mildred.
Mildred is not exactly sure what to do. I guess we advance on the baby, but I'm not gonna take a sword to a giant baby. So
Okay.
I guess let's get closer and see what we see.
Okay. So you move forward defensively, ready for anything. As Mildred moves forward, and I guess for now we can break out of combat rounds since you don't have a direct opponent, so we can sort of.
Well, I don't know. Maybe everyone else is going right to murder the baby. So.
Well, we can move as a unit for now because you don't see it, and then once something kicks in, we'll. Is everyone sort of down with advancing?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
So you move into this.
I don't have a problem with killing a baby.
No, I know you don't. You move into the cavern. You're surrounded by this circle of light coming from Bart's sword, and you see pretty clearly the walls and the ceiling of this thing. This just looks like the bottom of what used to be the well from up above. There's pools of water here and there. You hear dripping. But your eyes are suddenly stabbed with light as maybe 40 feet out, part of the ceiling seems to explode out, and you see a giant baby segmented baby arm, really cute, except it's really big. Just punches. It punches.
It is adorable.
The ceiling out.
Oh, you think he's punching.
And as the light comes in from the ceiling, it's this huge. It illuminates just the profile of this gigantic baby head and it turns to you. And as it turns to face you, you see both of its giant baby eyes are smoldering just like demonic crimson.
That's helpful, I guess.
The baby's got
We should check his temperature.
The baby's got one arm up out of the ground, and it looks like it's hauling itself up onto the surface of the street, and it's pulling down like chunks of the building nearest where it punched up through the ground. You see the deflated skins of civilians that had their souls sucked out forcibly, slipping down and sort of like drifting like feathers down into the cavern. But the baby turns and looks at you with these like baleful demon eyes. While it may have taken away his, he may have over-rejuvenated, it doesn't seem to have taken away any of his evil will. So while it is a giant baby, you can see that it will happily shove you into its giant toothless maw and choke you down in a second. So
it's
They put everything
baby?
in their mouths.
very bad baby.
But is it? Does he know? Like, does he have the consciousness of an adult, the adult necromancer, or is it
Hard to tell right now.
right?
You'll have to wait and see if the baby does something really horrible.
Okay.
I stroke my pendant and roll up command.
Okay. Command. What level is that?
I believe it's
gotta be a-
It's either 2 or 3.
First, here we go. Casting time 1. Okay. It's gonna go in like one segment. So
Okay.
we're gonna take Bart's turn and then be thinking because you get
I
one
know.
word. You know
I
what
know,
word?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, Bart.
What's my range?
To the baby. So he's about you've got 60 feet to the edge of the light, and then another like 50 feet of darkness into where the baby's just barely illuminated in a pool of light.
I would like to close and attack if I can.
Okay. So 100. Yeah, you could do that.
I would like to set it. Is he wearing any kind of clothes?
You can't tell from here.
my God.
You'll be able to tell if you just charge in because
Yeah.
your sword will.
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever kind of clothes he has.
Sort of plus
Perhaps
2
a
onesie.
pair of diapers.
Okay.
And a plus 1
I would
twosie.
like to light those on fire.
Okay.
Oh.
So as you charge forward, Bart silently draws his or holds his sword like a charging samurai and charges surrounded with the circle of light towards the baby. As you approach it, you see. So the baby's only half turned. It's got one arm up and it's sort of looking back over its shoulder. You guys. And as you get close enough for the light to hit it, you see that it has no clothes on. But its soft, plump, perfectly smooth baby skin is marred by just sheets of freshly carved runes all over its body. So it's just
Jesus.
covered in like Haunting in Connecticut style, or whatever. Just covered.
Burn some of that shit up.
All right. So you're charging in breath weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. This is roll your attack then.
Five.
5. That's fine to hit this baby.
And then is it what am I rolling for? The regular or large or?
Well, for this it's the same. This will
Okay.
be yeah.
So D10.
It's totally fine to hit this baby, Ken. You should hit this baby.
10.
10.
You hit this
And then
baby
one
for
more.
10.
I think 2d10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Hit this baby again. You guys want to hit the...
And a 9.
Yeah, there you go.
He's not hitting the baby. He's setting the baby on fire.
Right, you guys want to hit this baby on fire.
set the baby on fire.
Okay.
Now we have to pay for it.
So you.
I'm pretty sure that's public domain. Fucking 90 years old.
So blue-white augmented dragon's breath cascades over the baby's tiny, well, not tiny, but perfect giant soft knee. You're immediately met with sort of a bacon in the morning smell.
Baby.
And the baby screams out, and immediately his attention is drawn down to you. So, Blackie.
Oh, I was thinking that.
Wait, I forgot.
Yeah.
Command pops. Hold on. Hold that thought.
Sleep.
Hold on. No, I just got to look up. And
Just real simple stuff like that works.
I just want to double check
You can't
and
say
make.
die, but you could. Well, if I told him to die, he'd probably lay down and then come back and around.
Right.
But if I tell him to sleep, it'll probably work.
Yep. Typical commands: back, halt, flee, run, stop, fall, leave, surrender, sleep. Yeah. Okay. And
I said it's super metal, so it'll work. Sleep.
You sound like Lord Grishnocht.
so, and he gets the chance to save against it.
Don't save.
3 cheers. Okay, and it is, what is his save? Save versus spell, adjusted for wisdom. All right. And let me just double check what his wisdom is. 1 sec here. This could be a real turning point.
He's just a baby. It can't be very high.
Or is it? Save versus spell.
What sucks about killing this baby is we're not going to get the satisfaction of killing this other motherfucker. Unless the
We will.
baby...
He's just a young version.
Yeah.
It's like going back in
Yeah, but I
time.
want to
and-
see his face like some Hayden Christensen shit.
All right, there was a very outside chance that was going to work, but he failed. He failed his save. So I don't know. I don't even know if this encounter will go quite the way I thought it would now. That was a very low percentage. So you hear the
Well, I have
echoing.
Judas on my side.
I like you that you actually believe it. Okay.
What are you talking about? Doesn't everybody believe in Judas?
A command reverberates through the hall, and the baby staring down at you. You can see his eyes going from like a faint ember and focusing into almost like 2 lasers staring down
So
at you.
his kid's about to get fucking jacked up.
You hear something. You can't tell what the word is. It's some power word. And the 2 little lights just outside of the range of your sword, the 2 little lights that are the center of its eyes, just wink out. And the baby's arm slips backwards through the hole that it looked like it had punched open and was climbing up through. And he just goes like toes up, heels down, and just falls like a tree on his back there in the cave. You hear like a real demonic and yet sort of relaxed, like.
Oh yeah, bow down down down.
Bow, bow.
All right, now Blackie.
Oh, so this thing's asleep in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Should I kill it?
Yes.
Good job, Damien.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
kill the baby.
I'm gonna go up and I'm going to
Sleeping baby?
I have the
Kill the helpless sleeping.
I have
giant
my
baby.
rod of lightning with the tuning
Covered in
fork on it.
fucking evil runes, and that we've been wanting to kill this motherfucker for 9 months or longer.
I'm just
It's an
going.
interesting
He was
measure
Father
of
New
time
Year.
that you
Or
just
Father
used.
Time.
Well, whatever.
Now he's
Yeah.
Baby
What
New
is
Year.
9
the
months.
Well, what is
So-
the real? Oh, yeah. I didn't even
Let me
think of
just
that.
say before you tuning fork this thing.
How long we've really hated this.
You have no command affects a creature for more than 1 round. So you have 1 round of stuff before baby decides to wake up.
So I'm flying up to it and I'm jamming my lightning rod with my double fork right in his ear as far as I can, like a Q-tip, right in the canal, so that I don't botch.
Okay.
And then
you don't even need to roll an attack.
Can I anyway, just in case?
Yep. This is
20. Why not?
Yeah, roll it. Let's see.
10.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
So you find the ear. You fly through the dark. You've passed the island of light that Bart is standing in the middle of. The baby's body temperature, as in your infravision, is much higher than a normal living creature's.
Ooh, if it's 100.4, you have to take him to the doctor.
And it's looking, it's got its eyes closed and it's curled up in a giant evil baby fetal position. You fly up to its ear, which is easily, at this point, the size of your body. And you're sticking lightning rod in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so roll damage.
And what's my lightning rod damage? I'm sorry.
Punch. The whole grip.
I don't know if I have that written down anymore.
I think that's a DM guide thing. And it splits it, so.
All right, 1 sec. Well, it's just the lightning bolt spell, but a 6th level lightning bolt spell. So, what is that? A 3rd level? Yeah. So lightning bolt, 6th level, 1d6 per level of the. So it's 6d6.
6d6.
And then re-roll that again for the second.
8, 14, 24. That's 6.
Okay, that's 1. Blackie, by the way, is using. It's 2 items. It's a lightning rod, a 6th level rod of lightning bolts, as well as a tuning fork that he found that attaches to the end of the rod that doubles the attack. So.
I got it at Brookstone. 10.
Mm-hmm.
14. 20.
20 total on the second one.
Yes.
Okay, so that's just north of 60 you guys have dealt.
And that's directly into his baby brain.
Yep. So you guys see the white, the white flash and the.
Does it come out of his nostrils like a nightclub?
You smell the ozone. You feel one of his baby legs kick out twice, as he's electrocuted through his ear. But his breathing doesn't. His breathing doesn't stop.
Just my.
So
luck.
he's still alive.
The dwarves are all here, right?
Yeah, they're gonna go right now.
They'll get
So
pokes.
let me see the castle.
Dismember them, my friend.
Are you
Or
ordering the
dismember him.
dwarves to? I might roll reactions to see if some of the dwarves may not be down with chopping the baby, but
I would
look
say
at Damien, he's just offended.
See,
dare
ask
they.
him to do
I'll
their
make them if they're
It's
not.
clearly evil.
Yeah,
do their piranha swarm impression.
this thing is so loud for mass rolls. I'm just rolling. The odds are these guys are gonna go fuck this thing up. So far none of them have bailed. Oh, one of them. Yep. All the dwarves except
Jack
one
the pussy.
draw their weapons and charge in. They don't need. Well, God, I gotta roll attacks here. That's a botch. Oh my God! I hope they all botch. That would be so funny.
9 botches, 12 botches.
2. I'm condensing these rolls for the sake of time. So I'm. Oh, and a 20. Okay. So all of them but one charge in. One of them botches. And does anything hilarious happen to him? 38. No, he just trips. The rest all
It's pretty
charge
funny
in.
though.
And
Falls up a
they
flight of steps.
Dwarves tripping is kind of.
Yeah, it's always never not funny.
they run past up the length of the baby's body, up towards the neck, and then they all just start wailing on the neck like a bunch of
Jesus Christ!
bunch of lumberjacks.
Evil little fuckers.
Okay, so choppity chop. They deal 6, 5, 10, 6, 5, 11, 22, 25, 29, and 31 damage collectively. That puts you at 94 delt. So now the baby's ear is scorched black, and he's got dozens of hack marks in his neck, but he's still...
I'm rolling up spiritual hammer.
Okay. He's still... Well, you'll have to start that on your next round.
Right. Oh, I can't do it till then. Okay.
Yeah. His round is spent sleeping because you told him to, so he just lays there and just gets wrecked. Mildred, that brings us to your turn.
Didn't Bart have a necklace? I heard when I listened that had like a prismatic kind of something on it.
That would be nice.
Did I keep that or give that away? I think I kept it. I don't know.
I still have it written by your name, so
I have it.
You don't know how many charges. You also have the sculpture.
Yes, the
critter sculpture.
Gamera creation sculpture.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to say that I think Mildred has a little bit of issue with the fact that the creature is sleeping. It's not just that it's in a baby form. It's like it's the sleeping baby form that's an issue.
It's so evil.
Yeah,
but it's like a sleeping dragon.
I know, but she wants to. But she would also feel weird about killing a sleeping dragon. I think.
Okay.
I think so. But the round the baby's gonna wake up soon.
Yeah,
after all these choppings and woundings.
The baby will start to wake up.
It's going to be pissed. So
on its next round, it'll get up. Yeah.
Is
Cut
there
to black and green with a lightning bolt rod and its ear going, Mildred!
Is there anything in the room like that was part of this, like the necromancer was using, or was he just like down here? Like, is there like a book or a tome or a focusing crystal?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yes. Well, actually, that might be a spoiler. You don't see anything.
That was a spoiler, though.
Yeah.
Wait. Joffrey is poisoned at the wedding?
So okay. So I guess she's gonna run around looking for something like that.
Okay.
And also try to tie the baby's legs up.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like lasso the baby's legs.
Like AT-AT style.
You might want to cut its feet off.
Okay.
They're too big to cut off.
So
really.
you run up.
Just take it to Magic Mountain.
I'm only gonna do 5 points of damage or whatever. So I'd rather try
tie it up.
So you run up, and as you are looking for a way to incapacitate this gigantic baby, you do see 2 chunks of conduit that seem to be running out of the side of this cave, and you can just barely see them. You can't tell if they had been there before or if they've been collapsed when the baby fell, but you can see them just barely visible between the wall of the cavern next to where it's laying and underneath it. So whatever the outpoint of the conduits is at this point underneath the sleeping baby. Does that make sense? So the spirits were being
okay.
Sort of
Channel.
valved through the crystal, pumping into the
Channel.
Yeah, and then whatever he was doing on the receiving end, he's fallen onto.
Oh, okay.
So he's just laying there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't get to whatever that is.
No, you can only see the chunk of conduits that are exposed, but whatever's underneath.
But there's no
cut already, anyways, though, aren't they? On the other end.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
All right.
So I'm trying to tie
the baby's feet.
Tie the baby's feet.
Okay. Did you have 2 lengths of rope, or did you leave your length of rope in the?
Good question. I mean, let's assume because she had rope use that she had rope.
Lots of people got rope.
Rope for days.
She was really into rope. She would never stop talking about it.
I take someone else's, one of the dwarves' rope or whatever.
Yeah.
Trondor gives me his rope.
Trondor.
Trondor
Sweet Trondor. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Not like I'm driving this thing. Yeah, he should be, but whatever. He's an AI, yeah. You're tying baby legs together.
Yeah.
Okay, it takes like the whole length of the rope. You wrap it around its soft, giant baby cankles, and you snug it down and hope it's strong enough.
Well, it's something.
Damien.
Spiritual hammer.
Okay. That's Does that's got to spring into being almost immediately, right?
Mm-hmm. Second level.
Okay.
Casting time 5, duration 3 rounds, plus 1 round per level.
Okay. Okay, so that'll come into being right as your next turn's going. So you start to conjure up the spiritual hammer.
Yep.
All right, Bart.
Broadsword.
Okay. To the neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I even need to roll for the...
Yeah, just in case of hilarity.
10.
Sweet. Damage.
3.
3.
We're at an hour. Should we stop or should we... let's keep...
I think we're almost done.
No, we're rolling. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
I was like...
Let's do that for anybody listening.
Will they kill the baby? Tune in next time.
So you take another gouge out of
Kill
its
the
neck.
baby.
On this cut, it does start to spring a bit of a leak.
Kill the baby. Kill
But in the
the
light of your sword with which you're cutting it, you see that what starts to dribble out of this massive multi-gashed cut in its throat is just like inky black, like
Yick poo.
water consistency, like tar. All right,
It's horrible. What a horrible, horrible baby.
Blackie.
Hey, my thing is still in its ear, right?
Yep.
It goes off again.
Oh, okay.
So what was that? That was
66 times 2. Well, or 66 twice, rather.
9, 12, 18. That's 6.
18 on the first one.
18. 11. 15. And 21.
So 11,
18 and 21.
18 and 21. 12, 19. All right. I like that on each end of this thing, on one end, Mildred is tying its feet up, and on the other end, double-barreled
Electrocuting.
lightning blasts are just being rapid-fired into its ear.
The inky black non-blood, I'm sure, is going to have had some impact on her
Right.
feelings towards it.
All right, so for baby's turn,
Whose turn is it now?
its eyes...
You're going to attack us all. Look who's attacking us all.
Its eyes like snap open, and actually light the ceiling and the nearby walls up with red. His eyes are uncomfortably bright. The baby like
those weird Audi headlights.
right, exactly, yeah,
Okay.
and it shrieks. It's like it like pounds on the floor with both of its hands and just rocks over onto one hip and just sits up on its butt. Its legs, it pulls its legs in like it wants to sit up, but its feet are fastened together. So it ends up just sort of sitting there with his giant baby feet together, like Indian style. Half of his head is just blackened. One of its ankles is charred. And
Crisscross evil baby sauce.
its throat is now like just gushing out like black fluid. Let me roll real quick. You're flying, so you the raising of the head is not an issue of you falling or anything. You just sort of nimbly hop off and float up to a relatively safe distance, even though it's not your round.
Fuck you, baby.
You were back a bit. You were at his feet, so the only people. Actually, no. Yeah, everyone's clear of the hands because all the dwarves and Bart were chopping at his neck trunk.
Yeah.
So no one gets injured with the sort of like sit up fist slam. But as he sort of wobbles his head and looks around, The first person his eyes land on, it can't be you because you are off to its side. It can't be. It could be Mildred because you're at its feet. I don't think. Let's see if it was neck. So now everyone that was at its neck is sort of behind him. So it would be either Mildred or Damien, or the people who its eyes focus on. And I'll just do this. I'm going to roll a d4. Even and odd. Mildred is even. Damien is odd. Even. So the first person it sees as it sits up is Mildred down by its feet.
Who has protection from evil?
Yep.
Yes.
That's not an attack thing, right?
No, but it protects from. I mean, it's like a blanket protection.
Right.
So the light, the dim red light that is illuminating,
protection. Oh.
its eyes are so bright. The room is lit up now like a dark room. But that light, the room darkens as the light focuses in, and out of the baby's eyes, two like red beams fire down at Mildred, like right by its feet, and you subconsciously flinch as they just splash a foot away from your head in like a 18-inch diameter, like red sunburst. Just
Oh, that worked out well.
and the baby's screaming and shooting like high beams down at you.
Prismatic spray.
And that concludes baby's turn. Mildred.
Get him.
Yeah. So
Bottle. Give him a bottle. change him and give him a bottle.
So Mildred is going to attack.
Okay. Mildred's haven't had enough of
Well,
this
I think
bullshit.
I think the black inky stuff was step one, and the laser beam eyes. was
Laser
step
eyes.
two.
Enough to make you turn on a baby.
16.
But those lashes.
So I can. So this is actually a large target, right? So 3d6.
Yep.
Okay.
You're staring right at the really cute bottom of its baby feet.
6, 4, and 3. So 13.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Sarah has to leave, but would like Mildred to continue. Will continue fighting the baby.
Okay.
That's her.
I will say this is almost done. So if you
Okay.
want to
Like okay.
go
Okay.
one more round.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. I'll
So you take
Try.
you take a huge slice out of its closest available part, which is the bottom of one of its tied up feet. Black tar starts spraying out
Cool.
across you and the entire section of cavern behind you. Your spiritual hammer springs into existence right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's as big as I can make it, right? Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, I go for a headshot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just bring it down on the thing from above as hard as I can.
Okay. So
Hit a baby in the head with a hammer.
Spiritual hammer.
Okay.
So you don't want to do like a call.
that's better.
Well, yeah, I guess you could roll a. That's a subtraction to your hit.
It is a called shot. If
Yeah.
well,
Because it's
I'm
sitting
standing
up right
in
now.
front of it.
Just make it bigger than his whole body.
Yeah.
Oh! The spiritual hammer get. Oh! Hold on, I might have gotten this wrong here.
Spiritual hammer brought to you by
hammer,
Spiritual
the way I
Home
read
Depot.
it is, I think it can be as big as your man. You know, it's like fucking Green Lantern shit, where he can just make it whatever size he wants.
Oh,
it.
do a Hot Wheels track.
I didn't know that it could be. I didn't think it could be like any size. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Yeah.
It's maybe like 10 feet long.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a. I don't think it's like a Green Lantern hammer in that you can make it any size. I think it's that you can summon it forth out of nothing. You could still run up and hit the baby in the face
I
with
read
it.
something. I want to make sure I read this right. Okay, so what size is it if I'm hitting him with it, though? I mean,
It's just like a regular warhammer, but it's made of like made of the power of Judas. Or
All right,
whatever.
then I aim for his fucking face.
Okay.
Okay, we back? Yeah.
So you can. Well, yeah. You
So
bring
we're back.
All right.
And I read it. I guess I misinterpreted it. I can't make it bigger, but I can aim. So
Yeah,
it's
you
the size of a normal Warhammer. So
totally.
I'm gonna break the fucking bridge of his nose, man. I'm gonna
All right.
aim for his
Ooh, that'll hurt.
So
stupid baby face.
roll an attack here.
Baby face, you've got a stupid little baby face.
14.
All right. So that's so the baby is sat up now. You run basically climb it like a big soft stairwell. Like first the rolls of its hip and then its belly and then it's like baby.
Do I have to? Do I have to climb it to hit it?
Yeah, it's like this is like 80 feet tall.
Okay.
But it's sitting up. But you just run up its really soft like baby ramp and hit it in the face with your hammer.
Okay.
All right, so you hit it. Roll the damage on that for obviously
What
for
is
a
that?
large.
Yeah. I believe it's D4, but
I don't know how much. Oh, okay, hold on. We got to get this stuff down on your guys' sheets here.
Yeah.
It is a 1d4 plus 1. 1d4 plus 1 for every 6 experience levels. So it's a 1d4, essentially a 1d4 plus 1 for you.
4. So 5.
So 5. All right. So you basically run up between its eye beams and just bash your hammer into its face. The eye beams wink out as it sort of is shocked by the attack. And you see a faint sort of faint. It's like a foot wide, but the dribble of blood start to come out of one of its nostrils.
Good.
All right, Bart.
I guess I'll set off the necklace.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
It's gonna
All
get
right.
Swarovski in here.
All right. Let me bring the spell. It's either 6th or 7th. I think it's 7th. All right, you're gonna have to roll here.
What is this especially long episode brought to you by, Blaine?
This prismatic spray brought to you by Chipotle.
The end.
I always get prismatic spray when I go to CP or
Any color as
CP
long as
Chang's
it's
or
brown.
whatever. Yeah.
PF Chang's.
PF Chang's.
Yeah, it stands for purple and what would the F be? What color is F?
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Okay. You're using
Purple fuchsia. It's sort of like there's blood and then some old blood.
Bart is using a necklace that you found, a powerful necklace that you found in the rat shaman's lab. It casts prismatic spray, which is a really high-level wizard spell. And how this works is it shoots out a rainbow, and each color that hits its target has a different effect, and they do stack up.
I hope they make different cool sounds too.
My cat had a prismatic
usually
spray
it's
on my laundry.
Usually it's just going to be one ray, one color hits. And how this works is you roll an 8-sided die, and I'll show you the chart here in a second.
Okay.
1 through 7 are all the colors, red or in order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Indigo is 6, and violet. And 8 is it's struck by 2 rays, and you get to roll again. And if you roll enough 8s, you could just hit it with all kinds of terrible things. Examples of what this does is 20 points of damage is the lowest one, 40, 80, save versus poison or die, save versus petrification, turn to stone, save versus wand or go insane, and save the violet is save versus spell or be sent to another plane, which would really be funny.
Ooh, that Malaysian airliner would be a bad one.
All right, so this is here's your chart.
Jesus.
Here's your colors.
Still too soon.
Bart is bringing out the real heavy artillery here.
Even for us, it's too soon.
Why don't they just make the whole plane out of the black
Obviously,
box? That's what I want to know.
Higher
back in the 90s.
The higher roll is more powerful.
Got it. 5.
A 5. Which is, here, I'll let you read it.
Blue.
5 is blue.
Ooh, Blu-ray.
Save versus petrification or turn to stone.
Okay. So let me check his saving throws.
I hope he doesn't turn to Charlie Watts.
Page 65. And it's going to be, all right. There's a real decent chance that this works.
Stone baby.
All right, so I'm just gonna tell you what his odds are. So because this roll could just wrap things up. So if he rolls a 9 or higher, in this case, he's gonna save.
Okay.
If he rolls an 8 or underneath, he does not save. Okay. So you have just
on a 20
south of a 50-50 chance. Yeah. All right, here we go. So you want an 8 or less.
Yeah.
A 1. He rolled a 1.
He turned into double step.
Oh my god! All right, so a blue. The whole cavern is illuminated. It goes from the red light of a dark room to the blue light of a rave.
Why has it got to be a...
The baby that you're standing on, the soft, doughy, smooth, satanically ruined skin suddenly becomes hard and unyielding. And there's
running down it about now.
A final scream as the baby lifts its fists up defiantly and just looks like it wants to cry, and it turns into a gigantic stone, like Buddhist, horribly demonic Buddha statue. And it's the momentum of its arm movement shears its arms off at the shoulders, so the two arm like stone arms crash to the ground, leaving a gigantic baby statue, armless, in the cistern under Glenishmore.
Do you still have a divine hammer happening? Because you should smash its head off just to make sure.
But what about all the
does it
tourist
stay up?
revenue?
Yeah, it does. It stays upright.
Yeah.
The Museum of Glenishmore was founded.
Welcome to Stone Baby
You're
Cavern.
standing on its stone lap right now, ready to, like, in position if you want.
Yeah. I'll hit it another.
All right. So you wind back.
Smash the baby.
I'm going to use the special 20 side that a guy gave us a long time ago. The one that he forget the dude's name, but it's what he rolled before he asked his wife to marry him. I figure this is apropos.
Botch.
That would be so funny.
What was it? Oh, fuck. I got to roll it again, huh?
Yeah. We're using a D20 here that's completely crystalline.
Can you even read it?
It's a 9.
That's a 9.
It's an anticlimactic non-botch, but you pull your arm back, and you hit the face of the baby statue, and a hairline crack expands out from the nose, and eventually, like how when a samurai cuts a bamboo shoot, it just ends up cracking diagonally, and the top half of the baby's stone head slides off. All the little dwarf henchmen clear out as it smashes down onto the ground.
Nice. Very satisfying.
Yeah. Nice work. Nice work. The dwarves put up a cheer and are clapping each other on the backs.
Ewok starts singing.
As you guys, yeah.
Do people start to come back to life? Is there any sort of thing?
R2's all shined up.
No, as you guys eventually make your way back to the surface, you see the streets of Glenishmore are littered with baggy, dried skin husks. It looks like, as far as you can tell, after a couple hours of searching, it looks like everyone in the city's been absorbed.
Jesus.
So the battle is won, but the cost was heavy.
Nice.
Did not save Glenishmore.
Did
Sorry,
not
Sir
save
Richard.
Glenishmore. Nope.
I'm glad I didn't say for Sir Richard.
Yeah.
But you know what? You saved many more systems.
I thank Judas for his assistance.
Your amulet.
I'm going to thank my
glows
wife
out.
and the producers.
Thank you, Jesus.
Congratulations.
So,
I think that's the end of the episode. Should we talk
Yeah.
about Nerd Poker for just a minute? This is a long episode.
yeah, there's
but
a reason we had Sarah stick around. Well, we're not taking a break. We're gonna the format's gonna change a little bit.
Yeah.
In the next couple of weeks, Sark has some things he needs to take care of.
this was my last ep for a bit. Yeah.
I know people
I've
are
got
going to be very disappointed.
literally
Except for the people who think you're a shitty DM and mean it and don't.
Yeah, that's true. They'll be
I
sad.
don't care if he's a shitty DM.
So Blaine's taking over DMing for a bit. The things I need to take care of are literally a baby. So I thought it would be sort of fun because I'm pretty sure in adult games of D&D, babies have killed more of those games than anything. So I thought it would be kind of funny if you guys fought a baby as
Yeah,
the final.
or a wife. It could have been a wife.
Yeah, that's true. That wouldn't have quite worked. Sorcerer turns into a huge wife.
With a rolling pin and curlers in her hair.
Yeah, old-timey wife.
Yep.
Not like based on one of our real ones or anything.
Right in the middle of an
So-
attack, he just kind of stops and goes, and then it smells like poo.
This campaign has been, you've defeated the baby. However, I guess in IRL, the baby has defeated us. So yeah, I'm bowing out for a bit, but I think I think your plan is sound. Blaine's going to step up. You've had years of experience playing these games, and you've DM'd. You know what the hell's going on.
So we should decide what we're going to do. I mean, these characters live now. As as the guy who guided us through this, do you want us to play as these characters, or would you
I
rather
think
us do
that's
something
up to
new with
Blaine.
Blaine? It's not okay.
Yeah.
Well, so Blaine and I will talk about it this week.
Mm-hmm.
While you're listening, you're 2 weeks from when we're recording it. But anyway, the next episode, we'll see what happens.
Totally.
Maybe Blackie Green will be the dean of an arts college.
But we've talked to some guests coming in, because it'll be about 3 months.
Yeah,
months,
I mean,
3
Vin
months of
Diesel will
recording
be
at least,
Horseshack.
so-
Yeah, I don't
3 or
have
4
a
months,
I don't have a timetable. My
We don't know,
absence
but
is indefinite.
yeah.
So
with 3 or 4 months of recording, we'll find. I mean, we want you to come back, so we'll figure.
maybe
it out.
I'll be a guest.
But we have talked to other people coming in and doing guest things, and Gerry will come back and roll up a new guy with Blaine.
2 people came up to me at PAX, by the way, PAX East, a couple weeks ago in Boston, and requested Dave Anthony, by
Dave's coming
name.
back. Dave.
They seemed shocked to hear that he made fun of us for playing D&D because
Greg-
of how enthusiastic
Oh,
he was.
he did great. I just talked to him about it the other day. Greg Barrett's going to Australia for 2 months to do stand-up. So
Wow, yeah.
Dave has some openings on his show, so I'm probably going to go help him out. And then I figured he'd come in here while you're gone, too,
Yeah.
to do a couple with us, just for fun.
Yeah, and I will be able to pop in as a player some of these times. I can't tell you how many years it's been
very
since I
excited about
played
that.
D&D. Oh my god, it seems like
Oh, you
heaven.
will do that. You'll come and play when Blaine rolls? one
Yeah.
night?
I just am not and also like a little peek behind the curtains. There's a reason why some of these final episodes were hustled. It's because I'm out of time. So, but I wanted to bring this to a little bit of closure and have it be fun. And I just don't have the time coming up to construct. In fact, I feel like I've sort of shortchanged Nerd Poker a bit in the recent past. So
Shitty
I want to it should be run by someone who's, able to do it right now. So
Right.
yeah, as far as coming in,
So
popping
give
in.
it to another guy with a baby.
I don't know. Having a
Yeah,
baby's
I've,
not a big deal, right?
Yeah, but his baby's
Baby at
established.
a writing
I'm
job.
going to hand it over to the guy with the baby and the double hernia.
That's right.
But,
Well, I didn't know it was going to be you, though, Blackie. Sorry.
yeah.
Or Blaine. You're
was okay.
Blackie to me. Always Blackie to me.
Blaine's the only one with any DMing history. Or have you?
I did once, and I was terrible at it because I just want to tell everybody all the hidden things immediately.
You're in a room. There's a lot of gold in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like.
Sarah's the new DM. It's decided.
I mean, to be fair, I was probably 14 when I tried it. I may have more self-control now.
Okay, let's get 14-year-old you.
She's got a really good nerd poker face.
But that's it. We'll miss you, man.
Yeah, it's been super fun.
You'll be back before everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you are back.
I'll be glued to the episodes.
I don't even want to fucking hear the shit that I'm going to have to hear.
I might send you guys a donation just to get my name shouted out on the air.
People will still be talking about you, for sure. Thanks for listening. Next week, brand new sort of season, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hope you guys like bluegrass.
We'll call it season 2.
So long, and thanks for all the velvet.
Mm-hmm.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.